CBS did a really good profile here about the destruction of the American middle class. They don't go into detail about how to fix it, but they do highlight the problem. So you're about to see an 80-year-old guy named Tom Coomer and his personal story. Take a look.
For the first time since the 1940s, Americans are reaching retirement in worse financial shape than their parents. An estimated 10 million above the age of 65 are still working. That is a number that has more than doubled since 1985. In tonight's Eye on America report, Mark Strassman introduces us to a man who, like others, may never be able to retire.
If I had planned harder when I was younger, and if things had went better, I wouldn't be going to work this morning. I'd be going fishing, or I'd be going hunting.
I'll see you at noon.
Or I would have her up going on a little trip somewhere.
I'll be here.
I mean, that's in my mind a lot, and I blame myself for it.
We'll just go ahead and punch right in. Morning. Here's your sticker.
Tom Coomer is still working.
Bye-bye.
He's 80 years old, a part-time greeter 5 days a week at Walmart.
Good to see ya. Y'all have a great day. Hello, hello.
Tom, Mark.
Good
It's great to meet you.
We met at this store in Wagner, Oklahoma.
I heard you're basically the mayor of Walmart. Is that true? You know
Well, I'm close to it.
How long have you worked here?
I'm going on 9 years.
9 years.
I'm only going to work 30.
Coomer is a kidder, but why he's still working is no joke.
When you got this job, you needed this job.
Yeah, you betcha I did. When you lose your retirement at a big place like McDonnell Douglas, you need a job.
In 1994, McDonnell Douglas closed its plant in nearby Tulsa. Coomer, a machinist, had worked there 29 years.
And all of a sudden, a loudspeaker come on, and it said, "Attention, McDonnell Douglas will close in 60 days." And I mean, we stopped and looked at each other and thought, what in the world? To me, that was just like you'd walked up and slapped me in the face.
Because all your plans...
All my dreams was just then going out the door.
He was 56 years old with an 8th grade education and 1 year shy of a full pension. Financially, the Coomers have never recovered. Over the years, they burned through retirement savings, downsized their house and lifestyle, but still have a mortgage they can never pay off. The average American over 65 lives on about $4,100 a month. With his Walmart checks, their Social Security, and his partial pension, Tom and Ellen Coomer live in around $3,100 a month, more than $1,000 less than the national average.
Is this the retirement that you imagined?
No.
Tom's wife of 63 years has 4 heart blockages and diabetes. He calls her every break.
I just wanted to check on you, and remember, I'll be in a little after 11. Never get her out of my mind. Had her too many years, I can't afford to lose her. Have a good day.
Tom Coomer
All righty.
worries he'll never be able to afford retirement.
He likes to work and needs to work, but I feel guilty too because he's having to work at his age.
It hurts me that I can't do for her what I want to do.
Do you feel like the American dream came true for you?
I was right at the door, but I never did get to go through it.
That was Mark Strassman reporting.
How many stories do you think are like that and all across America, and we don't even hear about them? There's got to be countless people with stories very, very similar to that. And that's heartbreaking, man, because it is the case that it was avoidable. Like, all of this was avoidable. How the rules have been rigged against regular people. That's what's happened in this country. Now, the good news is it's not unavoidable. Many people will try to make that argument to you, but just know that they're dead wrong. It's not like, well, there's nothing we could do. No, these were choices. These were choices that were made. So how do we fix it? Well, Bernie tweeted about this, and he said, well, first of all, expand Social Security. I love that idea. I'm open to the idea of Social Security for all, which is UBI. I also think that you need to... We have the movement for a living wage, but it's living wage and a union. That would help massively on this front. And then also, there should be laws about union representation, labor representation on the boards of these companies, because you need that voice in the room. It's not as likely that jobs would be outsourced and factories would be closed if you had labor on the board, because they do everything in their power to prevent that from happening. Now, I don't know if in this particular case with this guy's particular factory that would happen. I just know across the board from a macro perspective, it's much more likely that you wouldn't have as many jobs being outsourced and as many factories closing if you had labor represented on these boards. And then the final point is Medicare for all. Because you heard it, Tom's wife has 4 heart blockages and diabetes. I wonder how much money that's cost them to deal with that. Probably a gigantic amount of money. This is what happens in this country. We don't have universal health care. So people end up paying, even if you have decent health insurance, usually it's a lot out of pocket. Now, they're old enough where Medicare kicks in, but if you had 4 heart blockages and diabetes, you probably had to pay a hefty medical bill even before you were on Medicare. So all these things can help with situations like this. Expand Social Security, put labor on the board of companies, living wage and a union, Medicare for all. I mean, but nobody's really fighting for regular folks. I mean, there's, of course, a few good lefties who are doing that, but we need to make the entire Democratic Party do that. I mean, that's the move. That's the attempt. That's what we're trying to do right now. And we're gaining headway, but we got to keep going because this kind of stuff is unacceptable.